5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Hey, welcome back to the Drunken Nerds podcast number 35. My name is Dan, and over here is an overly happy Schubert.
What's up, nerds? For those of you without the benefit of flash photography, I wish you could see the smile on my face right now.
Quite happy. I haven't been able to shut you up and turn that smile off your face for a while now.
I'm back. I've been driving all day, and that whole time, I think it's the first time I've ever cut 20 minutes off of Google Maps estimated arrival time.
So why don't you tell us why you're in such a good mood right now, Schubert, and where you are?
I am back in the greatest state in the country. Not only the greatest state, I am live from Disney World.
Made it back to Disney World. It's been a long road since Illinois and all of those. You made it back. The happiest place on earth.
It's been almost 3 long months, and I am back. Hopefully these walls are not paper thin. It's a classy establishment. If they are, we might have some people knocking on the doors for this podcast because I am in full gear.
Well, if you're in a Disney resort, I would hope that they have some good barriers between rooms. I mean,
I hope
you're
so
paying
too.
a pretty penny for these.
It's not the Motel 8. I'm actually staying at the Swan. Nice, classy establishment. So
very nice, classy stuff.
Right on property.
They have a new restaurant, I think, there. It's called like the Compass of something. Check it out.
I'll have to check it out tomorrow. By the time I get back tomorrow, once I tell you guys, we'll tell you guys a little later on my plans. I don't think I'll be headed to the steakhouse after.
All right. So we know you're back in the happiest place on earth. What was the first thing that you did when you arrived back in Florida today?
So I've been in Florida actually most of the day, but it was a long drive. Like I said, I somehow beat the Google estimated time by 20 minutes. That has to be some sort of a record.
It's an excited man driving down the freeway.
That was a madman driving. So I got here about 5 o'clock, and I headed straight to T-Rex.
Best decision ever.
Good meal, good drink. Had a bunch of drinks. I didn't go too hard in the gift shop.
That's a plus. That's rare, but a plus. So for all those that don't know, obviously we're big souvenir cup people. We love T-Rex. You drinking out of T-Rex now? Is that the new one?
This is the brand new one.
Oh, the new one.
Fresh
nice.
out the box.
But T-Rex is underrated for their food. People, cough at it. They say, oh, it's not that good. It's just whatever. The trio meal is fantastic.
It's probably my favorite meal in the park. We're not going to lie and compare it to like a meal at STK.
Right.
But for what it is, it's fantastic.
Yep.
It's $30. Get a solid hunk of beef, a couple shrimp, and a little seafood. What do you call it? A souffle, maybe? I don't know.
It's like, I don't know what, it's like a cheese scallops, I want to say.
Cheese. Yeah. It's great.
You get a good meal, a good beer, and a good atmosphere. It's all that matters.
It's one of the weirdest. I'd say this to people, like, if you're going to go to Applebee's, what's $3 extra to get the steak instead of like a cheeseburger?
Right.
That's what this is here. So the cheeseburger is like $24. The most expensive meal on the menu is $30. What are you going to do? You get the $30.
Right. And it tastes fantastic. You turned me on to that one time, and if I go back to that area, that's exactly what I'm going to get again.
First thing, I didn't even look at the menu. I know what I want.
Was it the same bartender?
No. It was it was a new one. She was like, hey, you been here before? I'm like, well, yeah. Funny story, though. When I got to Disney Springs today, I hadn't been there 5 minutes. Walking in, walk right by CityWorks, walk by the bar. Bartender shouts, hey, man, where you been? Well, hey.
I think you get quite the reputation.
So I was like, oh, has it been that long? Yeah, it's been that long.
Oh, we need to make it back there for another bar crawl again.
Yeah. Yeah, a little. I only have a couple. That was my quick Disney Springs trip. I don't think I'm going to get there back this weekend, but looks like I'll be in Florida the next couple weeks. So
Okay. Well, you're staying at the Swan, so you're close to Disney. So enjoy yourself tonight, Schubert. You seem
fireworks
to be in a happy
sort of
mood.
just scared the shit out of me a little while ago. I was like,
Oh, that's right. 11 o'clock. Yep.
I've been coming from Geary, Indiana. Those would have been gunshots.
You've come quite a ways nowadays. All right, so let's get into it. Yeah, my weekend was it was brutal. It's just a brutal weekend. Nothing fun. It was just horrible. So I'd hope to move on and hopefully have a better week this week.
I actually did something this weekend, didn't I? I have to think back. I'm like, my brain is too in tune with Disney, but I know I did something good. Oh yeah, that's right. I went to Atlanta, not my city, but I did stay at the hotel where they filmed Loki. I told everybody that's what was going to happen. I put it on the Instagram, and check us out at the Drunken Nerds on Instagram. That was wild.
Looks like a huge hotel.
I was staying on the 46th floor.
That's insane.
46th out of 47 floors. And let me tell you.
How does that work on checkout time? Like when you're going down? Like, are you stopping at every floor, or do they have like you express shit to the bottom?
I had an express elevator up to my floor.
Oh, okay.
It covered like 40 to 45.
Yeah, okay.
If you're on the 39th floor, sorry, you're screwed.
All right, I was going to say, because you know how you just go to the 10-story elevator and then come 10:30 in the morning with checkout times, you stop in every single floor with people with suitcases.
And so this hotel too, I think they had some sort of weird thing going on where, like, I don't know what it was. The line to check in was 100 people deep at all times.
Jesus.
Luckily, I had the mobile. I'm a high roller. I had the mobile check-in, had the digital key just sent straight through me. The valet line was stupid. The valet, those idiots, they stole my sunglasses.
Really?
Yep.
You lost another pair of sunglasses?
They were a week old.
Please tell me you did not buy another pair at Disney Springs today.
No, I bought them yesterday. But I didn't want to. I was like, I don't think I can make it till Disney Springs.
I've never been to Disney Springs with you that you don't have to go to the Oakley store and have to buy another pair of sunglasses.
So I did it yesterday just to wipe that out so I didn't have to do it tonight.
Well, that's good.
The pair I bought, though, they have built-in loops. I bought them just for this weekend. They have a built-in loop for the neck thing. So I'm gonna look like an old man, but they're gonna survive the weekend.
I still doubt that, but we'll see what happens. We'll follow up on the sunglass situation by next week.
I'll guarantee it.
Yeah, if we had a poll, if I could do polls, I'd put a poll out there. Do you think Schubert is gonna have his sunglasses survive for 1 week at Disney?
These little loops, the clips for the loop, they cost an extra $30 on the pair of sunglasses I bought. So hopefully it'll be worth it and they'll survive the weekend.
Oh, you know it's exactly what's going to happen. You're going to show the loops off to somebody that you just meet to show the loops, and then the next thing you know, they're gone. So we'll see. All right, we're going to check in on the sunglasses next week. All right, so we have a ton to go over this week.
We better get moving.
Busy week. I know we spent 10 minutes on that. So let's get to this week's hangover, The Naked Men. Let's do it.
This week's hangover.
All right, so we had a couple of slow months. Those months are over.
It's Fast and Furious now, it seems.
Fast and Furious.
We usually on like Tuesday, we're like trying to struggle for topics. Most of these topics were ready by Thursday afternoon, right after we'd filmed last week's.
Right. Tons and tons going on. So we're gonna start off with the first thing that obviously is the most recent is coming up. So Venom is coming up this weekend.
Friday.
Let There Be Carnage. Obviously, are you excited for this movie or?
I don't want to admit it, but yes.
Did you like the first one?
So the first one, I didn't want to like it. I didn't watch it for the longest time. And finally, one day I caught it on TV. I was like, you know what? I'm just going to do it. And it was like a guilty pleasure. I loved it.
You can't hate anything that means not Matt
Tom
Tom Hardy does is entertaining. I liked it too. I thought that I didn't think I was going to like it. I was like, I'm not going to watch another Venom movie. It makes no sense. And it was enjoyable. That was like the definition of a fun popcorn movie.
And that's exactly how I felt about it. I wasn't a bit that familiar with Tom Hardy going into it, to be honest with you. And coming out, I was like, I'm a Tom Hardy guy for sure.
Yeah. No, I mean, Mad Max Fury Road, one of the best movies of all time, in my opinion. Yeah. Love it. One of my favorite movies. So he can't do any wrong. So I'm pretty excited for this. And so this is Sony's first movie since COVID times, to put it on a movie theater only. So
and it's been like seemingly going back and forth like the whole time.
Yeah, they actually had a release date of end of October.
It was and then it went back up, and so they've been ping-ponging.
I think they saw what Shang-Chi did.
I think you're right. Yeah.
So and I mean, people want to get out.
And Woody Harrelson is fantastic in everything. There's no way he. I'd like to say it's almost dream casting for him to be playing Cletus Cassidy.
Yeah,
like
it's perfect for him.
Like you have Hugh Jackman as Wolverine, and this might be the most spot on casting of a superhero I've ever seen.
Yeah, I mean, have early reviews already came in on this or no?
Early reviews are very positive.
That's awesome. Good.
One thing I don't like, and I don't know, and this we're going to sort of touch on a little bit later too. The one thing I don't love about this movie is the runtime is like an hour and 25 minutes.
Yeah.
Really short, which I don't know. That's like an episode of Loki.
Yeah, it's short.
For me, I think that's kind of like maybe they just blew their load on the FX budget and they were like, that's it.
I think that could have been part of it. I think part of it too is that they may have gone back and over edited, thinking that this is going to go to streaming because they didn't know what's going to happen. But once they saw Shang-Chi come out, you're right. Then they're like, all right, let's give this a try. And I think it's going to have a huge success at the box office. I think
it's going to be a big success because there's a lot of people out there that like don't like Marvel movies but like superhero movies. You've seen it, or did I say that wrong? That don't like Marvel movies but like superhero movies.
Right.
Like I've seen a bunch of people online that I know don't like Marvel movies who love Suicide Squad. It's like, what?
Yeah.
It doesn't make sense to me, but I guess, hey, if that's what you're into.
I guess a different style of violence. I guess darkness. I don't know.
A lot of rumors swirling around too that No Way Home, Spider-Man No Way Home is going to give us some real clear answers as to where Sony is headed with their Spider-Verse. And I don't think it's going to be Tom Holland, but I think we're going to see Venom face off with Spider-Man sooner rather than later.
Okay. Well, that'd be good. Get this all cleared up. Tighten up. So
I'm excited for it. I'm going to go see it. Like, I'm going to see it in theaters.
Well, you're in Disney, so you better go to the Disney theater.
It's not a Disney movie.
I know it's not a Disney movie. I know it's not a Disney movie, but you're there. You got that theater there.
I'll go see it at Universal.
You could go see it at Universal. There you go. Make it all better. So I'm probably not going to see it because I have no time this weekend. But maybe next weekend, if I can, I will.
I've got a confession is that I might see Shang-Chi this week. So we'll see.
Are you going for it?
Yeah. So
you can see Shang-Chi at Disney, and then you can go over to Venom.
No, it won't be at
Universal.
I mean, it won't be at Disney, but I've looked at my schedule, and I think Shang-Chi might be happening this week. So we'll follow up next week.
Okay, let's follow that up. Perfect. Well, on the opposite spectrum of run times, James Bond is coming out soon. That's going to be like a 3-hour movie.
Good segue, because that's what I was teasing at. And
I kind of got that one a little bit. So James Bond, No Time to Die, that comes out, I think, October 8th. I think a week after Venom. So it's going to be Daniel Craig's last movie as Bond, which I'm extremely excited for. I mean, 3-hour movie. Send him off the right way. Every single Bond movie he's done so far has been absolutely incredible. So I'm excited for it. What's your input on Bond?
This one might shock you even more than the Fast and the Furious.
You've never seen one.
No.
How is that possible?
So I've seen parts of many Bond movies. I don't think I've ever seen a full one.
And I'm sure you probably played GoldenEye,
played GoldenEye,
like Bond movies. Yeah.
I think I've probably played more GoldenEye than the combined runtime of every Bond movie that exists.
Well, for you, based on your taste, I would say watch just the Daniel Craig Bond movies. I think that would hook you enough that you might go back and want to see the other ones.
Okay, that makes sense.
Because I think Daniel Craig, I would say he's possibly the best Bond.
I wouldn't
Possibly
argue, I wouldn't
of
fight
all
you on
time.
that. Like, going back, like, I don't think Sean Connery is that cool.
Right. Connery is good.
So for me, what makes a good James Bond is like somebody cool.
Right. Daniel Craig fits the mold in every which way.
See, that's why I think, to me, as somebody who's never seen Bond, I think Pierce Brosnan is the best Bond because I think he's like the coolest guy.
Yeah.
I don't know if that makes sense. It might be like an idiot's interpretation, but
There's definitely its interpretation. So I would say watch the Daniel Craig movies and then go back in time.
the thing that works for me though is what we've brought up. 2:45 runtime.
Yeah.
If there's a movie I like, that's what I want.
Okay.
If I liked Bond, I'd be like 2:45. Oh yeah, let's make it 3:45. I don't care.
Yeah.
I'm a long runtime guy.
I agree, and especially if it catches your attention. And this movie definitely will. This is a must see for me. This is the one that I might have to tell the family I need a night off. I'm going to the movies by myself for 3 hours. Screw it.
You might need a ride home after 3 hours at the movie.
Oh, 100%. Well, luckily Uber and Lyft exist, so we'll figure something else over there. So I'm excited for that. So we got Venom this week, Bond the next week. Those are 2 good weekends in a row for movies.
Maybe we can do my Venom review this week, your Bond review the next week.
Deal. That works for me. So we'll stick with movies for a little bit so we get into the fun stuff. So Doctor Who, which is one of our favorite shows, not recently,
was
one of our favorite shows. We haven't talked much about it since we started this podcast, and it's been 35 weeks.
Okay,
so,
we haven't had a new episode in 6 years.
Yeah. But we have a glimmer of hope. We got a glimmer of hope. So
More than a
showrunner
glimmer.
Russell T. Davis is coming back to Doctor Who to write this episodes in 2023.
Not just write the episodes, he's going to be the new showrunner.
The showrunner.
So-
Thank the Lord.
Basically what he pulled in, when was it? 2006 ish.
Yep.
Either way, what he did back then, they're dragging him back to do it again. All the damage Chris Chibnall has done, they got him to retcon it. So whatever he comes up with, it's going to erase all the damage that's been done, and he's going to right the ship. He's who
Right.
gave you David Tennant. It's perfect. You couldn't have asked for anything better.
Yeah. They needed this. They needed this not reboot. They needed this kind of kick in the butt to get this show going again.
I'll call it a reboot. I think it's fair enough to call it a reboot. After I know we haven't watched, but we've sort of paid attention, and all the stuff with the Timeless Child, it's just gibberish. They have screwed up so much stuff in terms of like the history and like all that. They've got to just somehow erase it.
Well, they said, from what I read from his interview, he said he's not going to erase the history. He's going to try to make the most out of it. He goes, I know a lot of things have changed, but I'm going to try to keep everything that's happened in Doctor Who part of history.
He says that, but basically this past run has done that to everything he did on his first run. So
Yeah.
I don't know. There's no way you couldn't be excited about this.
Right. No, I'm pumped. I can't wait. I can't wait to get back to Doctor Who. It almost made me want to grab my Matt Smith year box on Blu-ray and put that in.
He's not the Matt Smith years.
It doesn't matter. I just wanted to get excited about Doctor Who again because it's the only ones they have on Blu-ray. And I could actually just stream it, but I like having the disc and watching.
It's on HBO now.
Yeah. I'm excited. I'm excited to get back into Doctor Who. It's been way too long.
We have 2 years until his special,
right?
Which will be his first thing will be the 60th episode. Not 60th episode, 60th anniversary episode.
Okay.
Which seems insane because the 50th was right when we started really getting in.
Yeah.
That was the one with Matt Smith and Clara Oswald.
Yeah, I'm excited to get back into it because we talked about that weekly. We talk about Doctor Who. So
it's basically was like our fandom right through Peter Capaldi.
Yep.
But Chris Chibnall, I don't know what they were thinking bringing him home. I don't want to badmouth the guy. I don't want to drag him through the mud. But every episode he'd done prior to him becoming showrunner was like the worst episode of that season.
Right.
So
he shut up both of us off. So
completely shut off. And
yeah,
I know a lot of people say, "Oh, you shut off because it was a woman." No, that's not why we shut off. We shut off because it was bad.
Right. Gave it a shot. Didn't work. So
Russell Davies, the Time Lord. Praise the Time Lord. He's back.
He's the savior of the show. Oh, yeah. All right. So something to look forward to. Doctor Who 2023. Let's do this.
And just little add-on there. Tomorrow, we talked about it a couple weeks ago. There's a video game coming out. Comes out tomorrow. I forget the name. Is it The Edge of Time, I think? Or that might be right.
All the Doctor Who games always end with time. So
I think it's
you're probably close.
I think it's The Edge of Time, but Tennant's involved. Jodie Whittaker's involved. We talked about it a couple weeks ago. Comes out tomorrow on all major platforms. Next week doesn't look too busy for me, so I think I might give it a shot.
And I also throw this out there. Every Doctor Who game that I've played, that I've downloaded on Xbox or PlayStation, has been very, very good.
All right. So, and this
very
is
good.
And this is the highest budget one. So expectations should be pretty high.
Perfect. All right. You check that out. Let me know how it is. And I'm going to grab it myself.
Yeah. Next week's not looking too busy. So I'm in Florida mode. So I might just be chillaxing with a margarita and hanging out. So.
Well, that's a perfect segue because I'm going to stick with video games for a little while. So the Super Mario movie has been announced. It is coming out as we know, as of right now. I'm not going to say as of right now. It's coming out around Christmas time, 2022.
That could be another 2-3 years. Like the state of movies right now.
Of course, yeah. But I am
animated though, so animated movies have seemed to hold the course pretty much. So,
and it's perfect for the Christmas season next year, and I'm all in. I mean, this voice cast might be the best voice cast I've ever seen. So let me read this off real quick. Chris Pratt as Mario, Charlie Day as Luigi, Jack Black as Bowser, Seth Rogen as Donkey Kong, Fred Armisen as Cranky Kong, which
that's a new one to me. I hadn't seen that one.
Pretty good. Keegan Michael Key as Toad, and then Anya Taylor-Joy as Peach. I mean, you can't get much better than that. I don't think. So
you say you can't get much better than that, but I think they're going to see the success of this movie, and we're going to get a Chris Pratt, Charlie Day, Jack Black real life movie out of it. That's just gold. That's just gold.
Yeah, because when I look at this voice cast, they look like they could actually be the cast.
Right.
100%.
And you know, like the Lego movie was mostly successful because of the voice cast. Like Chris Pratt was the Lego voice. That's why that movie was so successful. This, you add like 6 or 7 A+ players to it. Like, this is going to be outrageous. Like, outrageous. I don't know if it's going to be like there's no way it's a serious tone. Like, this isn't going to be like a Mario movie. Like, it's not going to be like a Mario video game with them as voices. This is just going to be bonkers.
Oh, bonkers. So I guess I have to ask you the question. Which character, or which actor, actress for the character are you most excited for? Fits like the perfect mold.
It's
out of
Charlie
anyone.
Day as Luigi.
Yeah. I was gonna say it's gotta be Charlie Day as Luigi. I mean, he sounds like Luigi. If you watch Always Sunny, he sounds just like him.
And you can picture him just like dressed as Luigi, just like, and it's going to be like a Rodney Dangerfield, like, I get no respect.
Right.
It's like, I get no respect. It's always about Mario. It's never about Luigi. It's always about Mario.
Oh, it's gonna be incredible. I mean, you told me about this movie coming out, then I pulled it up and looked at the cast. I go, this might be one of the best movies, animated movies of all time. It has the potential.
But definitely has the potential. You'd think they would do like a Mario movie and they'd like try to be like serious about it. Like it, no, they're just like, this is going to be basically the Lego Batman movie, but non-Lego.
Yep. So, I'm excited for that.
Yeah, let's get this. This has the potential to be like absolute blow away blockbuster.
I agree. Especially they're doing it right at Christmas time. Right now they've at December 22nd. That's going to be December 25th. They're going to put it on Christmas. And
you throw Donkey Kong in there. Like,
oh man, Seth Rogen as Donkey Kong is perfect.
It's crazy. Yeah, I think what's going to steal the show is they'll probably have like Yoshi in the whole movie, and like he won't talk the whole movie.
Yeah,
and then in the last 5 minutes, like says something, and it's going to be somebody
big,
just absolutely ridiculous that you never even thought of.
I agree. So, but stick with Nintendo.
Yeah.
So,
so all this news came from a Nintendo Direct,
right?
And this Nintendo Direct was just absolutely bonkers. Like they were saving. It must have been their like Q3 head into the final stretch of the year because there's so much news that we're not even going to talk about. Like, go look it up. There tons of stuff came out of this.
Right. We just picked a couple highlights that we're going to put out, but the other big news that we want to talk about was so Nintendo 64 and Sega Genesis games are coming to the Nintendo Switch as part of a new subscription tier that they're going to offer for the Nintendo Switch. Are you excited for this?
This is a take my money.
Okay.
Take my money. Like, especially if there's like, where it's online, it's a subscription service. I'm assuming there's going to be some sort of multiplayer compatibility.
You would think so. I would hope so.
We'll see. TBD, but for sure. Yeah. Like there's plenty of games. It's not that hard to get your hands on a Nintendo 64 game. It's not that hard to get it on a computer. It's not that hard to get it on an emulator. It's not that hard to get it on, even a GameCube or something like that.
Right.
The ease of logging into a subscription service, it can't be talked about.
Right. And I'm pretty excited for this too because it's non-negotiable that I brought some props today.
Uh-oh.
The greatest game of all time. I don't know if you can see this.
We can't see through your janky plastic case.
Is I know I probably should take this out. Is Zelda Ocarina of Time? Anybody who says that this is not the greatest N64 game, they're wrong. I mean, it's not even a debate.
I've got some countering this.
There's there's nothing. What could you counter? Ocarina of Time is better.
Twitch had just asked Twitch had put a poll up on Twitter a little while ago. My vote was Conker's Bad Fur Day.
That's not the best game of N64. That might be the most underrated game of all time, but that's definitely not the best game of all time.
So
not even close.
That was Twitch's 2-part question.
What was that?
It was what's the best game? What's the underrated? And I said, I'm going to blow your mind and say both are the same.
No.
Here's
absolutely not.
Here's a controversial opinion. You're not going to like this one.
What's that?
I'm a Majora's Mask guy.
You like that better than Ocarina of Time? Yeah. Well, you're an idiot then. So you're not as smart as you're portraying yourself on this podcast, apparently. There's no way the Majora's Mask is better than Ocarina of Time.
Time travel.
Yeah. You're wrong. You're wrong. I won't even debate anybody on this because they're wrong. I was going to pull out GoldenEye because that's a fun game, but it's not the best game. It's probably the funnest game on N64.
I'm also a Perfect Dark guy.
Perfect Dark's pretty good too. I do like Perfect Dark. N64 is a ton. I mean, you got
You could
Smash
go all-
Brothers, you got
like-
Super Mario,
You could
Diddy
even bring
Kong
it,
Racing, highly underrated, which I think is the most underrated game there is.
I agree with you. That was my first game for Nintendo 64, and also the one I played the most. So. But
Good
you could
game.
even throw. I wouldn't fault you for throwing Banjo Kazooie in the conversation.
Oh, also, yeah, amazing.
If
Yep.
you were one of that was your scene.
Right.
But-
I agree.
Yeah,
So
lots of good
for-
stuff.
For Sega Genesis,
Jet
I
Force
brought another prop.
Gemini.
That is
Echo
the best game of all time on Sega Genesis. And anybody who says that Aladdin for Super Nintendo from Capcom is better than this version on Genesis that came out 1 month later, they're idiots. They're idiots.
So you know what? And this is like the wildest thing. I never had a Genesis. You're not going to get an argument from me. if you put a gun to my head and said, "What is the best?"
It's Aladdin. It's
It
not
would've
even
been-
close.
Would have been Aladdin.
100%. People that say Sonic the Hedgehog, first of all, Sonic the Hedgehog #1 was terrible. Sonic the Hedgehog #2 was good, probably better than the third. So they
Lion
were
King
good.
was pretty good too.
Lion King was good, but that was available for both platforms.
Aladdin.
Aladdin,
You're saying
Do you know what happened
exclusive.
with Aladdin?
So I had the
So-
I gotta come clean. I had the Game Gear version.
Ooh, Game Gear version. There you go.
So that was what I was playing. So then when I got on a Genesis, I just killed everybody because the Game Gear version was way harder.
I love Lion King. That was a good one. But Aladdin, you play Aladdin on Genesis and play Aladdin on Super Nintendo. It's a world of a difference because there are two different companies that made them, even though they came out a month apart.
Okay.
And the Sega Genesis version is 1,000 times better. So
Okay.
anyway, but I don't think that was announced for the Switch, whatever.
No, so from my understanding is they only announced like basically 10 games a system.
Right.
But from what I've heard is it's going to become a full library very, very quick.
Good.
Like 10 games to fucking kick it off. And then by Christmas, we'll have every game.
Which would be awesome.
And if it's every game for both systems, what are you paying for that? Because
Right. You add the top tier subscription tier, whatever it is, because N64 catalog, I think, is one of the best catalogs of any system ever made.
anybody who says that that's not the best system of all time is an idiot.
Yeah, I don't know what could beat N64. The Genesis, they have some good games. I'm not going to say like they blew me away at all, other
One
than
thing-
Aladdin. It's
so-
good.
One thing about Genesis that I remember, it's like all their hit games, they're all terrible.
Yeah,
like Echo the Dolphin, that game sucks.
So Echo
Told
the
you-
Dolphin is a little underrated, not too bad.
Toe Jam and Earl, that game sucks.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
all the big Genesis games blow. All the Sonics, they suck. So
Yeah, the only good Sonic, I mean, this is my opinion, is Sonic 2.
Sonic 2. Yeah.
People say that Sonic 3 is the best one of all three.
Is that the one you could put in Knuckles?
Yeah, I mean, well, Knuckles was in a.
What was the one you
Two.
folded? What was the one that you folded out? You like put it in.
I don't know, is that 2 or 3?
I think it was like 2.5.
They probably did. Knowing them, they probably did. Hold on a second. Let me see real quick.
You got it. You probably have it over there, right?
I do. Hold on. Yeah.
I think it was like 2.5. I think it was like Sonic and Tails, and like you folded it out and put in Sonic 3, and you could play as Knuckles. Wow, you're really getting into this.
All right. Yeah. So Sonic 2 is not the half one. So yeah, I get every game in the world. So this is a normal sized Genesis. So yeah, not the half. But I think you're right. I think it might be the 2.5.
Yeah, I think it was like a 2.5 edition. That's where we got Knuckles.
Yeah.
That was a good game, but yeah, all the main screw. Nintendo 64 was the best. My favorite Nintendo 64 game that gets no respect. I don't think I played a game in the history as long as I played this game. Harvest Moon 64.
Great game. That's a great game. Do you play it for the Switch? The new Harvest
No,
Moon?
I never did. I never got into it because they changed companies, they changed names. Too much
Yeah.
bullshit. It was digital only. The last one that came out, I was going to, and it was digital only. I was like, I just kept searching for it, and I kept going to stores and be like, "Hey, do you have this game?" And they're like, "No, we're sold out." Over the course of 2 weeks, I'm like, "How is fucking 10 stores sold out of this game that nobody's friggin' buying?" It's because it was digital only, and Nintendo decided not to tell me.
Right. Harvest Moon is a good one, yeah. So, all right. So that's a lot to get into. Got us very fired up, I think, on those two.
Hey, we're Nintendo 64 guys.
And somehow we lead up to Kirby, which of all things, which I know you're a Kirby and Smash Brothers guy.
Yeah,
but
I was a Kirby guy.
The new Kirby game's coming up for the Switch. This will be the second. I think it's the second adventure game for the Switch, Kirby wise.
So
it's called Kirby and the Forgotten Land, released in the spring. And are you excited for a Kirby adventure game?
see, you screwed the segue there. We could have gone. We're talking about all these Genesis games that are like the mascot games, and they all blow. Kirby's been a mascot for 35 years, and there's never once been a good Kirby game.
It's true. It's never been a good Kirby game.
Then comes along this preview. Think things could change. Yeah. So this game basically looks like a Mario game, but starring Kirby.
We say that with every Kirby game, though, don't we? The side
we?
scroller, it's going to be, Kirby.
No, it's not side scroller. So this is open world.
Oh, that's right. It is open world.
This is open world.
It
so
is
we're
open world.
finally getting an open world Kirby game. I think this is going to be what Mario 64 did for Mario.
He finally did it.
It's only
How does
taken
the Kirby legacy
35
go on,
years.
though, with being that bad for so long and finally get like his
Blows my mind. Like
they have to retire him if it's a success.
you think
Like, just let him go. Let him go in his glory because they can't let him go again. They can't.
But if you figured out the formula, then you just go with it from here on out, I think, right?
I don't know. There's been too many failures.
I don't understand how he keeps getting games. It's like, or maybe they made this game and they're like, what are we going to do? Why don't we just make it Kirby?
I think he's like the most relatable character.
He's a little fat guy that sucks.
Yeah, he's just like sucking around, like just like trying to survive, sucking in air. Just keep going.
I don't know. It's like this. It's one of like the strangest franchises of all time, I would say. Like the bad guys, like the bad guy, King Dedede, like he's not really that bad of a guy.
You're right. They got the main character down. Perfect. They can't get anything else right, though.
I think it was one of those, like, it was because this first game was on NES, or was it Game Boy?
I think it was Game Boy's.
It was the Game Boy. So I think it was just one of the first ones. They're like, all right, we got something, this little blob that they just tried to keep making games. None of them ever worked.
Well, he's back, and it'll be in the spring. So, yeah, we'll give it a shot. Why not?
I'm giving it more than a shot. I'm excited for it.
All right, Schubert. So the last thing we want to talk about, we're off video games and all that.
That might be the most video game talk we've ever had.
Oh, yeah. Good stuff, though. Anything Nintendo related is always good.
I've seen a lot of good video game news this week. Like, sorry to sidetrack, but like New World looks kind of cool.
Yeah.
And then I read about the controls, and I'm out. It's also PC only, so I'm out. Yeah,
yeah. I haven't really gone into the PC stuff yet either myself.
And there was another one that there's another one. What the hell is the name of it? It looked like a Disney movie. Not ringing any bells.
Oh yes, it came for PlayStation 5.
Yes,
came out for PS5. It's I know exactly what you're talking about. I can picture it in my head. Really good reviews.
Starts with a K, like Cameo. No, it's not Cameo. Cameo was the one for Xbox like 6 years ago. So anyway,
I know exactly what you're talking about.
I thought this was actually a movie.
Yeah.
So I was like waiting for it to come out. I'm like, oh, it's a movie. I thought it was like a DreamWorks movie or something. Just a non-Disney. Came out today. I'm like, wait a second. There was a video game? I was like, okay, cool. And then I'm like reading about it. It seems like it's exactly up my alley.
Yeah. It's Kena, Bridge of Spirits.
Kena. Okay.
Yeah.
So the thing I don't like about it though, they're telling me it's only 10 hours of gameplay.
Yeah, it's short.
I'm out. You figure 2 of that's learning how to play.
But in some regards, I do like that stuff. Say you get something like a GameFly, and you just get something like that, and it's just like a one-day event. I kind of like those sometimes where you're not fully invested, where it's like you can do a full day. Like say you wake up, you start at 2. Next thing you know, you play until 10, and you get those credits by 11 p.m. That's a gratifying experience right there. That feels so good.
So you're cool with that.
Once in a while. I'm not going to say
work.
that's the normal. Once in a while, that's okay with me.
Doesn't work for me at all. I need to go like all in for like 4 or 5 days.
But don't you like to know, like, I have one day off of work and I might be able to complete this in one day?
Nope. Nope. I need to dive all in.
Okay. Fair enough. I actually saw that because I need to get PS5. I have the new Xbox, which I freaking never play. But
PS5 sounds great. Yeah.
Yeah. But all right. So we'll move on from video games. The last thing I want to talk about, because the shirtless men, they're wrong again, as always. So as we talk about NFTs, we're not going to get into NFT too deep, but our favorite company in the world, Dapper Labs, company that brought you NBA Top Shot, has officially announced a partnership with the NFL. And that is coming out, not only coming out soon, is coming out this season. So anybody who is thinking about getting into NFTs for the first time, I highly suggest this. I'll even throw this out to the shirtless men, and even Brad.
You should throw out a referral link.
Yeah, to these idiots who doubted anything, just Google NFT, Dapper Labs, whatever, NFL. You can sign up for the pre-registration, and it should be coming out within the next month or so.
NFL is king. Anything NFL touches turns to gold.
It's going to be free money. I mean, if you're still in this from, like, we've been talking about NBA Top Shot probably since our second or third podcast.
37 weeks ago.
It's just, it's fun, and it's also profitable. So this is your only warning to do it now, or end up like the shirtless man and make no money on anything.
Yeah, if you're talking about NFL, anything NFL is good.
Right. NFL,
it's crazy. So even like, just to put this into perspective, we talk a lot about wrestling. AEW was the number one show on cable Wednesday night. It's been the number one show on cable Wednesday night for about 6 weeks in a row. It gets about 1.5 million viewers. This past week, Thursday, NFL football brought in about 26 million viewers.
For a garbage game.
So a normal cable night is 1.5 million people. An NFL night is 26 million people. That's insane. Right. So this is a no-brainer.
If you can get in early, do it.
Whatever you can get your hands on, go hard.
Right. We're just telling you. We gave you the opportunity. We told you about the Top Shot. This is NFL. It's not going to fail. So Anyway, this company's worth $8 billion now. This Dapper Labs.
They
have money to spend. They have money to put advertisements out. They have money to, get the workforce behind them. They're good to go.
And if you don't buy the Top Shot, if you don't buy the NFL, at least go out and buy some Ethereum, because Ethereum is the goddamn future.
Yeah. Yeah. Get yourself in some sort of cryptocurrency. So, all right. That was the longest.
And by no means is any of this financial advice.
I say do it.
No. Don't say that. The FCC will come after us.
They will. Yeah, don't do it for financial advice, but do it if you're smart. All right. So that was the longest segue I think we had at the beginning. So let's get into the RIP. We're going to pick this up a notch, I think.
Get it together, dead guy.
right, so Willie Garson has passed away. I am very ashamed to admit this, but when I started,
you're a big white collar guy, aren't you?
I wish I was a white collar guy.
I know where you're headed with this one.
When I started dating my now current wife, I was forced to watch Sex in the City all the time.
Sounds about right.
I actually have the entire Sex in the City catalog here.
Do you just have a box of props right next to you for this show?
Box of props. So I am very, very familiar with Stanford from the season.
Okay.
The fashionista, the gay guy who always tried to help out the girls. Yes. So it's embarrassing. And also remember him actually from
White Collar.
Yeah, I didn't ever watch White Collar.
You remember like the commercials during Monday Night Raw every 40 seconds?
See, I can't. I know that was one of his biggest things. I don't remember him from that. I remember him Sex and the City.
I never watched White Claw. But USA just drilled that into your head during Monday Night Raw.
He was in a ton of stuff.
He seems to be like one of those. He was in a ton of stuff, but you can't really put your finger on. But
I can put my finger on, and the first thing I saw when I saw his face, this is no lie. I'm not going to mess this all up. He was in Something About Mary because I've watched that movie about 1,000 times. He was I forget his name. I think it was like Dr. Zitface or Dr. Zit something. Remember when he was on the table in the hospital? He had zit on his ass, and the Dr. Zitface. Yes, he was definitely. That's all I could think about when I saw when he died. So Something About Mary. Google that. I think I'm right.
All right. Sure. I wouldn't say no, but he
was going to
say yes. Yeah.
Sex in the City. I tortured myself through that one.
Surprisingly, not gay. So that's a pretty good job.
For what he played in that show. Yeah.
Yeah. Good for him.
So,
R.I.P.
All right.
R.I.P.
All right, let's go to I don't want to do this one.
You started early today, so you think you'd get a beer that would taste your liking.
Yeah, no, I really, really messed up on this this purchase. So let's go to beer of the week.
Both of us were grabbing beers there, so that was that little downtime. But hopefully Dan got the dog beer to try this week.
Couldn't find the dog beer. I asked. All right, so this one's not going to go well.
You're not going to tell everybody about how your donut beer went?
Yeah, the donut beer. So it was very good last week. I gave it, I think, a 9.1, right?
Sounds about right.
Didn't feel good in the morning. Did not. That was one of the worst mornings I've ever had. So I don't know what I was thinking. I was trying to conquer my fears and go for a pumpkin-based thing.
Oh,
so I did.
Is it pumpkin?
So I went for a pumpkin head hard seltzer.
That's a thing?
That's a thing.
Didn't
think it was a thing, but it's a thing.
I was ready to do like the Harry Carey. Holy cow!
So I was actually gonna buy just a pumpkin head to start off like light, trying to get myself back into the pumpkin taste. It's been years.
We know what it tastes like. We know what the rating's gonna be, but maybe some of the viewers have never heard of it. Like you could introduce it to them.
Right, introduce it to them. Also get my taste buds ready for pumpkin
base
again.
Going.
But for whatever reason, I went for a hard seltzer pumpkin head. Which
now is this made by Shipyard or is this like a?
No, it's made by Shipyard.
It's not like a Shipyard Pumpkinhead Bud Light seltzer.
Nope, it's Shipyard.
This is basically Shipyard pouring some Pumpkinhead into a can of ginger ale.
It could be. I've been dreading this literally since I bought it. As soon as I bought it, I was about to go back and return it. Because I was like, what was I thinking?
I don't like where this one's headed. Did you coat the rim with brown sugar at least?
I didn't know.
I'd give you a pass if you did that. That wasn't even a good sip. That was a better one. Better sip.
Oh, God. Oh.
Dan's first ever spit out on this show.
Oh.
Not vomit, just spitting out. Just that's a good thing. The vomit hasn't come yet. It looks like it might be.
Oh.
He's still coughing. I don't know if we're gonna get a word from him anytime soon.
Oh, no. No. Don't any human being buy this seltzer, please. Oh, that might be the worst thing I've ever tasted.
But you like the Shipyard Pumpkinhead beer.
Oh. Well, I haven't had it in 10 plus years, so.
So where's the combo go wrong?
Oh, God. Oh, that's bad. I mean, this could be a multitude of things. I mean, it's not good. I think from that one night, from whatever it was, 2000 and
yeah, you're still scarred.
Whatever it was, I still can't touch pumpkin tasting things. I think I've literally screwed myself.
See, I can still, I don't even like doing beers. Like, I don't like expanding my horizons on beers. I can still do a cinnamon sugar coated rim pumpkin head. It's like one of like 6 that I can still do.
Should have got. Oh, heebie-jeebie.
Now, how would you think it would have been better with the cinnamon and sugar?
No, I don't think anything could have made that better.
So what was the taste? Was it just overwhelming? It was like a pumpkin flavored seltzer?
It almost tastes like, this is not going to sound right, but if you can picture it, all right, say you have a glass. You fill the glass up half with water. Then you fill the second half up with Pumpkinhead beer. And then you put it in a soda stream with a CO2 tank.
Right.
And you just do it that way. But it watered it down so much. So not only do you have the bubbles,
okay,
but you get like the slight hint of beer.
Okay, now you're speaking.
Flavor.
Yeah, I'm getting this.
So horrible. I'm going to give it a 0. I don't think I've ever given anything a 0. Never touch this drink ever again. So now I bought a 6-pack, so there'll be 5 more of these things that'll sit in my fridge until I find somebody who comes over here, and I'll be like, oh, try this new beer out. Have you ever tried the Pumpkinhead hard cider before or whatever?
Your dad will drink 2 of them by next weekend.
Oh, definitely. Yep, they'll be here. Same with the Kelson, Brown, whatever they are. They're still sitting in there from the episode number 1, I think. The
Mikkeller Eau Claire exclusive beer that is still sitting up in the fridge.
Yeah, don't ever drink Shipyard's Pumpkinhead hard seltzer. Don't go near it.
You did that one to yourself, I think.
Yeah, no, that was stupid. Don't do it. So that's going to sit here. It's not going to be drank anymore.
Now, what do you think of somebody that likes seltzer, likes pumpkin beers? They going to like this?
I don't think so. I think it's pretty horrible.
It's a too converging of the
way too converging. Yeah, doesn't mix. Does not mix at all. So I'm actually upset at Ahmad. Ahmad. Why would you sell this to me? First of all.
Well, Ahmad he doesn't try every single.
He says he does. He says he does. And I bought this. He didn't say it was good. He didn't say it was bad. He just rung it up.
You got to get rid of him. You got to get rid of him.
I'm going to give you one more chance next week. You can't do this.
So in 2 weeks, you've had the donuts that almost killed you. The Pumpkinhead that's almost killed you. Fall is really not working out for you.
Yeah, no. Fall beers. I'm trying to go with the theme, but it's not working out at all.
I'd say move along. Let's call it winter. Go on to your chocolate stouts.
God. All right, let's go to Stump the Shoe. Try to get this taste out.
Let's do it.
Mouth. All right, let's make it a Stump the Shoe. This might be our longest episode of all time, but we'll make it quick.
Coming
if,
off a 6-for-6 performance, and
yeah,
then in the
6 for 6.
happiest place on earth.
Nothing can take you down now.
I don't think nothing could take me down right now. No.
All right. Schubert gets it wrong. He takes a sip. He gets it right. I take a sip. 6 questions.
I get it
Based
right.
on
I'll take a
today's
sip
podcast.
anyway.
You always do. What are you drinking? Bud Light? Just real quick.
Bud Lights, and like we talked about last week, tonight hasn't been the easiest night. Me and Bud Lights, I've been having a love-hate relationship lately.
No.
So,
Oh, boy.
we'll see. We'll see what happens.
All right.
Tomorrow.
Well, what's tomorrow?
We'll get into it after.
All right. We'll get into trivia. All right. Question number 1. In the movie Groundhog Day,
Bill
what
Murray.
was Willie Garson's character's first name?
Are you fucking kidding me?
Just saying, he's part of the RAP. I threw him in there.
Phil.
That is so incredibly close. His name is Kenny, but he was Phil's assistant.
How is that close? How is Phil close to Kenny?
Because he was Phil's assistant.
Who's Phil?
I don't know, but he was. I don't know. But he was in Groundhog Day, and his name was Kenny, and he was Phil's assistant to fit the jacket. That's all I know.
Okay.
So I'll cheers with you.
I was just going on the Groundhog. Puxatawny Phil.
Yep. Great movie, by the way. You'll get the next. You got the next 3.
Did you know Groundhog? I never realized this as a younger man, but Groundhog Day is it's actually sort of dark, at the end.
Yeah, it's definitely a little dark at the end.
Like he lives forever.
Yeah.
That's it's kind of twisted. It's kind of like Doctor Who. Yeah,
It's true. All right, you ready for number 2?
Yeah, let's go.
Okay, what Secret Service agency does 007 work for?
MI.
You got the first 2.
MI6.
Correct. Good job.
Yeah, here we go.
Good job. Military Intelligence Section 6.
Knew that would come in handy sometime.
For somebody who's never seen a Bond movie, impressive.
Isn't that like a Britain thing, though? Isn't that like the FBI?
Yeah. Yeah. It's a common thing.
It's not like fictional, right?
No, it's a real thing.
Yeah.
All right. Question number 3. In which game did Mario first encounter the poison mushroom?
Okay. The poison mushroom. That's when it starts flashing. It's gotta be Super Mario Brothers.
Which one?
Super Mario Brothers.
Well, no.
That's 1.
Well, it's not the first one.
It's 2?
No, it's the Lost Levels.
That doesn't count.
It does. That's the game. Super Mario Bros. The Lost Levels.
What do you mean?
That's for Game Boy.
So you're telling me the flash where it flashed?
The poison mushroom,
Yeah.
first time, the Lost Levels.
I think you gotta check your facts.
I checked. I always double check.
So what's considered the poison mushroom then?
No idea.
I don't know. I think you gotta check your facts.
I'll throw this out. Anybody listening, Google this. If you prove me wrong, I will chug a beer in public if I'm wrong.
So what do you think the poison mushroom is?
No, I don't know.
Oh,
It's not the mushroom. It's like you hit a mushroom and you die or something.
and you die.
Or you shrink.
You die.
Like you hit the wrong mushroom and you shrink. The big mushroom makes you big. The poison mushroom makes you small.
I think it kills you.
And it kills you. So,
All right, that would make sense then. It's not the flashing one. It's not the one that everything flashes. Like
no, that's a good thing. You want to hit that one.
Right,
You don't want to hit
that's
the
what I'm
poison
saying.
mushroom.
Yeah. Okay, poison mushroom. It's not the giant mushroom.
Not the giant mushroom.
Okay. All
I
right.
think. All right. Question number. You take a sip for that one. I don't
I'll
think
take
I see
two.
it.
I'll take 2. I don't believe you.
The double whammy. All right. Question number 4. What does Aladdin give Jasmine during A Whole New World?
Shining, shimmering, splendid. Like, are we talking about lyrics? Like, I
No,
can
like
show
during
you
the song, what does Aladdin give to Jasmine?
a piece of the cloud.
Oh, good God. How do you not know this?
What?
Even I know this one. What is he hand her?
He hands her a lot of stuff, like the piece of the cloud, a little bit of the Nile, a flower. Like,
What?
he gives her a lot of stuff.
No.
I'm not giving you an official answer yet. I'm talking this one out. You don't remember he grabs some of the cloud and he's like, here you go. He gives her, I don't know, a wish?
You're thinking way too like metaphorical over here.
That's what I'm thinking. Like, it gives her a flower, a jasmine, like a.
I think you're out. You're out of. He gives her an apple. Remember how he stole the apple and then he gave her an apple in like.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
He gives her an apple.
He gives her a lot of stuff in that video.
But he gives her an apple.
He gives the piece of the cloud. Gives her some sand.
You're going way too off on this one. An apple would have been a simple answer. Would just be an apple.
Your questions have a little bit. I think we need a fact checker for this week's episodes.
I think we do, but I don't think I'm wrong.
I don't think I'm wrong either. He gives her a piece of the cloud.
He just touches the cloud. That's all. He like reach out and touches the cloud. The apple was the answer. So take a sip.
All right.
I'll take a sip too.
I'm only taking one for that one.
They'll probably get a question on this one too, but I should probably make it more specific. What was Kirby, the video game character, named after?
The vacuum cleaner.
Incorrect.
What the fuck?
That would have been my answer every single time. But he was named after a lawyer.
A developer in Japan, probably. Yeah.
No, a lawyer. Yeah, probably. Who knows? That's the first thing that came to mind. It's like, oh, it's a vacuum. They go,
he's a vacuum.
Named after a lawyer. Yeah. You would made perfect sense the way he acts, the way he moves, the name.
Man, so I'm like, who wants to be? That would be like a perfect $1 million question.
Yeah.
On Who Wants to Be a Millionaire.
Right. Nobody would get that one.
Nobody, because they'd be like, vacuum cleaner. Go.
Yeah, 100%. So
man, that is an all-time good trick question. It's
yeah,
probably completely unrelated too, right?
Completely, probably. Just play some little large man, circular man sitting there, just going. He's a lawyer.
Has nothing to do with being a vacuum cleaner,
right?
Like, oh shit. Gee.
All right, let's go.
I'll happily drink to that one.
Deal. All right, question number 6, and this is just based off of what we did today. Other than wrestling, what other sport did Brandy Rhodes compete in for most of her life?
I know this one. She was a volleyball player.
Incorrect.
Oh, son of a bitch.
And I would never in a million years, I'm not trying to sound racist at all.
She's a swimmer?
Figure skater.
Oh.
I would have never guessed it because I thought honestly, I would have guessed like a softball player or something. I don't know. But figure skating never would have started. And she did it for like from the age of 3 to like 18.
Okay.
So good for her.
Good trivia question for those who have not watched Rhodes to the Top yet.
Like, who the heck's Brandy Rhodes? But anyway, all right, let's go on Tap of the Weekend. We're already over an hour. Jesus. All right. All right, Schubert. So what's going on for this weekend when you're in the happiest place on earth? Why don't you give us a rundown? What's going on over there?
We're not going to make it to the weekend. Why don't we just give you the rundown of what's happening tomorrow? So tomorrow, I want you all to follow along with me at the Drunken Nerds on Instagram. We talked about it a couple of weeks ago. I'm doing the challenge tomorrow.
What is that?
All 50, Disney's calling them the Fab 50 for their 50th anniversary statues. There's 50 of them spread out through all 4 parks.
So you can do all 50 statues, picture of them
Tomorrow.
in one day?
Tomorrow.
So no rides involved. You're just going for statue hunting.
Now I'm going to do rides too.
There's no way that you can do rides and find all 50 statues in 4 parks in a day.
I'll take this bet.
That is impossible.
I'll take this bet.
All right. I want to see how many you get up to. So everybody, please follow this Instagram account on the Drunken Nerds because I don't think you can get over 20. I'd say 20 statues.
Well, there's 20 in Magic Kingdom alone.
Right. So you better start there to meet your quota.
Well, I'm not. You can't park hop till 2:00.
So you have to start at Magic Kingdom and get the first 20, right?
I'm going to kick the 20 out, no problem.
Yeah.
Then I have to go to Animal Kingdom.
Won't you do Epcot after that because it's on the monorail?
Oh, no, Epcot's at the end, buddy. Because you know what's happening at Epcot. I'm gonna bust out a quick around the world.
All right.
So I'm going to do all 50 statues and then doing around the world.
There's no way. All right. I'm going to follow this myself. I'm going to follow my own Instagram accounts to see if this can ever happen. There's no way.
I'm taking the Instagram out of my hands. I'm just going to send all the photos to you.
All right. You send all the photos to me.
And you're going to keep
and I'll post them.
Yeah.
All right. Deal. You can do speed style.
Speed style. So I'm not going to be worried about, oh, fuck, it won't upload. No. They're all going straight to you. And I want one of your classic videos where you do the like he's doing.
All right, deal. I will do everything. If you send me all those pictures, 'cause I'm doing nothing this weekend whatsoever.
Yeah.
I will upload all of them and see how far you get in one day.
Yeah. I'm gonna send them straight to Dan. I'll send a couple to the live feed just so everybody knows I'm doing it. But the bulk of them are gonna go straight to Dan. It's going to happen. I'm going to do all 50. Then I'm going to do a quick around the world.
All right.
It's going to be a thing.
That one goes.
It might be a record for Disney.
It would definitely be a record if it was captured on Instagram or whatever, social media. There's no way. Nobody's ever done that. There's no way.
I don't think anybody's going to be able to verify it. But yeah, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do all 50 statues. And then in and around the world.
All right. We'll see about this. So we'll check in and see how far you actually get.
I'm starting tomorrow morning. I got my whole schedule a little planned out. I'm going to have to put in a good breakfast ahead of the day. But
good breakfast.
Good news. I'm going to Magic Kingdom, so I won't be able to drink until 2:00 when I get to the second park. Then it's good. Clear sales.
Smooth sailing. All right. So something to look forward to. All 50 statues. 4 parks in one day.
Yeah.
All right.
And in around the world. Even better. So, all right, Schubert. I'm jealous of you. That's just tomorrow. That's not even the weekend.
Yeah, weekend, I'm sure you're just doing whatever you want over there.
Yeah, we'll see what happens.
Yeah, much better than me. I'm not doing anything. So, anyway, follow us at the Drunken Nerds.
Nothing going on over there?
Nah, I got nothing. I might take the girls hiking up north or something in northern New Hampshire.
Don't turn out like that guy.
Yeah, no. My wife's got weddings all weekend, so I'm
won't
scared.
Be like Dog the Bounty Hunter mistakes you for that other guy.
Yeah, no. Oh no. Yeah, no. I'm nothing much. I want to watch the Bucks Patriots game.
Yeah, I'm doing
Sunday
that.
night.
I'm doing
Other than that, nothing much.
Cool. Yeah. So.
Follow us at the Drunken Nerds, Twitter, Instagram for sure tomorrow. I can't wait for this. Facebook.
Also at Matt Does It All. Matt Does It All on Instagram. Might get 1 or 2 more behind the scenes ones in there.
Yeah. All right, behind the scenes from Matt Does It All.
Yeah.
And
but yeah, I'm gonna send him I might do a little bit on the live, but I'm gonna send the full compilation of Dan. Let him compile them.
No.
This might be our first opportunity for like a YouTube video.
Yeah. All right.
I'm
We'll
gonna
put it all together.
I'm gonna get back. I'm gonna get in bed and get the pencil and paper. Find out my my
You can
path.
find all
tonight.
the territories. All right.
gonna
Well,
happen,
something to
though.
look forward
It's
to. And final last shout out. She wrote, I don't know if you know, but real quick note to my cousin Dennis. Also, he listens to he listens to every single episode. He had a baby girl last night named Harper.
No
So I want to
way.
say congratulations to
Awesome.
Dennis and
Cool.
Chantel. I know he listens every day at work. He says so.
That's
Dennis,
awesome. Congrats,
congratulations.
Dennis.
Good luck.
We'll spill it to the league a little later. Maybe you'll get
We'll
a
have
win
to do
this
that.
week.
All right, guys. Thanks for
Oh,
watching.
hang on.
and,
I think I had one last thing. I'm trying to rack my brain. I had one. There's one last one slip in my mind. I'm not gonna remember it. So
Florida Schubert says mine's racking.
oh, Halloween costumes, nerds. Dan needs one for the cruise.
I do need a good Halloween costume for the cruise.
So nerds, send your suggestions to the Twitter at the Drunken Nerds. Dan needs 2 costumes, one in general and one 80s themed.
I would love to hear suggestions. Whatever you want to dress me as, I will dress as.
Sounds good. So nerds, stay thirsty. I know
All
I
right.
will this weekend.
We know you will.